26 degrees in a t-shirt with a space blanket. I'm not real happy, but I'm alive. Hey everybody, it's 27 degrees in Texas right now, and I'm outside. Most survivalists and preppers will talk about using emergency space blankets if they get cold, so I figured this would be the opportunity to try one out and see what happens. This is one of the really cheapy ones from Amazon. It's like $2 a piece. They're a little loud. Okay. Now, as you can see, this isn't quite wide enough to get all the way around me, sort of, and fighting the wind is not helping. But it certainly is cutting the wind out from hitting against me. My wife is thinking that I'm insane right about now. Hi, Prepper Wife. I'm gonna try that here in just a second. We're talking about positionings. So the way this is supposed to work is by reflecting your body heat against you. And once you get it around you, like the wind is picking up right now, and I'm not feeling the wind as bad, which is good. But I can't quite get it all the way around me because it's just not wide enough. This is like 45 inches, which is why the Emergency Essentials heat sheets blankets are better, because they're bigger. Now, Prepper Wife suggested I turn this diagonally so I can get it all the way around me, but then my legs will be exposed. So 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Alright, we'll try that as soon as the wind stops blowing. So this was actually wife's suggestion, was to sit down and turn it horizontally. I actually am sitting with my butt on it, so that way my butt isn't touching the ground. And that is okay. Now, I would presume that the longer I stay in this, the more of my body heat it's going to bounce back. Man, this thing is really, really, really loud. I can't imagine what it's like for you guys watching. Okay, so here I am I'm not happy, but I'm certainly less miserable than I was without it, that's for sure. It does do a pretty good job of cutting the wind. I'm not feeling heat radiating back quite yet. Maybe I just need to be more patient. But for those of you who are watching, and I'm watching the thermometer drop, it's now 26 degrees. My relatives who live in North Dakota are laughing at me right now because it's like negative 30 up there. Hi Sabrina, my friend in Colorado, it's 7 below in Denver right now. And my Himalayan prepper cat George wants to know what in the world Dad is doing. Is that the larger blankets are absolutely essential. I will link to the one that I'm using right now, and then I will link to the Heat Sheets brand space blanket, which I had a friend use to save herself during a car accident, and they are much bigger and they are laminated, so they're much stronger. I'm really quite surprised I've not torn this one yet, because these cheapy ones are pretty fragile. Like if you breathe on them, they typically rip. I mean, this is holding up surprisingly well. It's just too small for an adult human to wrap up in. I actually feel okay. I think we're starting to settle a little bit. I actually... Oh, you don't have a bird. Pay no attention to the ravenous cat behind me. So I'm starting to settle a little bit. I think my body is starting to reflect like I'm starting to feel okay. I'm not shivering. It's 26 degrees and I'm not really shivering, which is a good sign. I tucked in the bottom so that way I don't have air blowing up in between my legs. And I feel okay. I actually feel all right now. I feel okay. I'm not shivering. Not really. I mean, considering I'm in a t-shirt, I would say that I actually feel warmer in a t-shirt and this than I did in that long sleeve shirt without it. Probably because that doesn't do hardly squat to block the wind. Lessons learned, the cheapy ones are too small. make sure you get something that's large enough to get around your body. Thanks. Drop a comment down below.